92% of people who try to hustle their way to success end up completely burned out, broke, or worse, feeling like total failures.
And the worst part is, they think it is because they just were not working hard enough.
Hold on. Are you telling me that working 70 hours a week and sacrificing sleep is not the secret to getting ahead?
I am telling you that hustle culture is a trap, and grinding yourself into dust is actually keeping you from achieving what you want.
Prove it. Because everyone from tech founders to fitness influencers says that sleep is for the weak and you have to outwork everyone.
That is the big lie. And if you do not understand why this system is failing you right now, you are going to waste years chasing a mirage.
Okay, I am listening, but you better have some serious proof because this goes against everything we are told.
Wait until you hear what is really happening to your brain and your bank account when you buy into the grind.
Welcome back to the podcast where we break down the hidden forces shaping your daily life and career.
I am Zoe, and with over a decade of researching high performance and workplace psychology, I have seen too many brilliant people destroy themselves over a myth.
And I am Max, the guy who refuses to buy into any claim until the data backs it up.
Today, we are exposing why hustle culture is failing you, and I promise it is not about being lazy. By the end of this episode, you are going to learn 3 critical things. First, you will discover the biological trap of constant grinding that nobody talks about. Second, you will uncover the real reason why working harder is actually producing worse results in the modern economy. And third, you will get a proven framework to achieve more while working significantly fewer hours.
Hit that subscribe button right now because we drop new episodes every single week and you do not want to miss what is coming next.
Later in the show, we are going to look at a study from 1998 that completely flipped our understanding of productivity on its head.
Alright, let us dive straight into Chapter 1. Let us start with the obvious fact that if you want to win, you have to outwork the competition, right?
That is what we are taught, but in 2019, researchers at Oxford University tracked over 2,000 finance professionals for 12 months and found something shocking.
Wait, let me guess. The ones who work 80 hours a week made double.
Not even close. The ones working over 55 hours a week actually saw a sharp decline in cognitive output and decision-making quality compared to those working 40 hours.
Okay, but maybe they were just inefficient with their time.
That is what I thought too, until we look at the brain scans of chronically overworked individuals showing actual physical shrinkage in the prefrontal cortex.
You are telling me that hustling literally shrinks your brain?
It impairs the exact area responsible for strategic thinking, impulse control, and emotional regulation.
It is kind of like redlining a sports car engine on the highway for 1,000 miles, straight. Eventually, the pistons are going to melt through the hood.
Exactly. And yet society tells you to press the gas pedal down even harder when the smoke starts pouring out.
That is terrifying, because we wear exhaustion like a badge of honor.
But here is what most people never figure out.
If working longer hours does not work, why does every successful person talk about the grind?
Because survivorship bias makes us mistake the exception for the rule, and we forget about the thousands of people who tried the exact same thing and burned out.
Give me a real-world example, because I know founders who swear by working through the night.
Meet Sarah, a brilliant software engineer who decided to build her startup while working a full-time job, logging 100 hours a week for 8 straight months.
Let me guess. She made $1 million and lived happily ever after.
Until one Tuesday morning, while staring at a simple line of code, her vision blurred, her heart started racing at 140 beats per minute, and she collapsed on her kitchen floor.
Wow. Was it a heart attack?
It was a severe panic attack induced by complete nervous system exhaustion, and it cost her 6 months of recovery where she could not even look at a computer screen.
Because of that crash, she lost her startup, burned through her savings, and had to rebuild her entire relationship with work from scratch.
Until finally, she realized that sustainable output requires radical rest, not endless suffering.
That is a brutal price to pay for buying into a cultural narrative.
And the number behind this is staggering, with burnout costing the global economy over $300 billion every year in lost productivity.
It is like trying to bail out a sinking boat with a spoon while telling yourself you just need to move your arms faster.
Spot on, and what happened next completely changed how we see this.
Okay, so grinding is out, but if we do not hustle, how do we get anything done in a world that demands results?
Here is where it gets wild, because the countries with the shortest work weeks often produce the highest GDP per capita.
Wait, explain that math to me because it makes zero sense.
When workers are rested, Their focus is sharper, their creativity is higher, and they solve complex problems in 2 hours that take an exhausted person an entire day.
So, shorter hours actually create better work.
In 1998, a famous study by the Department of Labor showed that after 40 hours of work per week, productivity drops off a cliff so steeply that working extra hours yields zero net output.
So every hour past 40 hours is literally wasted time.
Not just wasted, it is negative time because you create errors that you have to fix the next day.
Pause right now and think about how many late nights you spent fixing mistakes you only made because you were too tired to think straight.
Drop a comment if you have ever sent an email at midnight that you deeply regretted the next morning.
That is a painful realization for anyone who prides themselves on being a hard worker.
What? In the next chapter, we'll show you the part nobody talks about.
So how do we break free from this cycle without feeling like we are falling behind our peers?
You have to shift from measuring your worth by your input to measuring your worth by your impact.
What does that actually look like in practice?
It means setting firm boundaries, protecting your sleep like your life depends on it, because it does, and scheduling white space in your calendar for deep thinking.
But won't people think I am lazy if I leave the office at 5 o'clock?
Let them think what they want, because the ones judging you are usually the ones heading toward their own burnout cliff.
It is kind of like being on an airplane when the oxygen masks drop. You have to secure your own mask before helping anyone else.
Exactly. And when you take care of your energy, everything else falls into place with remarkable ease.
I never thought about it that way, but it completely reframes the entire conversation around success.
That is the whole point. Because hustle culture is a rigged game where the only winning move is not to play by their rules. And the truth is, you were never lazy. You were just exhausted.
Here's where it gets personal and honestly a little uncomfortable.
Let us wrap this up with 3 key takeaways to change how you work starting today. First, recognize that working past 40 hours a week destroys your decision making and produces negative net output. Second, understand that burnout is not a badge of honor. It is a biological warning sign that your system is failing. And third, true high performance requires ruthless boundary setting and radical recovery, not endless suffering.
Your single actionable step for today is to look at your calendar right now and delete at least 2 non-essential commitments to reclaim your evenings. If this gave you even one new idea, smash that like button. It helps us reach more people just like you.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you catch our next episode on the psychology of procrastination.
Share this with someone in your life who needs to hear this about letting go of the grind.
And drop a comment right now. Tell us, what is one boundary you're going to set this week to protect your energy?
Next week we are going deep on the hidden cost of perfectionism. Honestly, what we found kept us up at night.